So continuing the fourth part of our series of HTML5 canvas drawings, now we're going to look at the cubic curve. I've also added some interactive things to the GUI which I think you'll find interesting. So first let's take a quick look at the GUI. I still have the canvas, it's 800 by 800. I've added a extra div now though called display, and I have an added control, that's a button, and it's called render button. And then if we go into the script, I've just added a function block around my code that draws called draw, and that's the same as what I've been using all along. And then you can see I'm using the document get element by ID render button on click equals function draw. So because these programs that I've created all use randomness, you can basically refresh them and get a different view. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that. And you can see how this kind of suggests that we could create graphic programs where the user could explore the functions by entering different values. And that's what we'll do eventually. Okay, let's get on to the cubic curve here. And I'm sorry, it's called Bezier curve actually. In the Java J2D, this is a cubic curve and it's a cubic curve function, but here it's Bezier curve. And that's a French word, so that's pronounced Bezier. It's the name of a mathematician who developed this. And this curve is similar to the quadratic curve that we looked at in the last video, except it has two control points. So if you look here at this example, here the first two are the control points, and then this is the end point. And again, the context point, the start point, is wherever you left off drawing. So that works exactly the same way as we saw in the quad curve. To set up the program, I've added extra variables for the control points. So now we have two control points. So I have control 1x, control 1y, control 2x, and control 2y for the 2 points. I'm going to set this up just like I did for the quadratic curve example, but we're going to play around with it for a bit. So basically I have a line that goes across the center of the screen on this horizon, if you will, and that's an x value of 400, and then I now have 2 points that are going to change, which are the control points, and they're going to be on I said that wrong. It's y equals 400. And then these are going to be on x equals 200 and x equals 600, which are the quarter points for moving across the screen. So again, if we go on down through here and look, we have to move each time to the start point. That doesn't change. And then we're going to draw each time to the end point. And again, that's not going to change either. And then here are the control points. So control 1x, control 1y, control 2x, control 2y. And basically, you can see I have the closed path, and then I can stroke to draw the line. And then here I'm beginning a path which is going to draw the control points. So again, we've got this set up like we did with a quadratic curve. The two control points are going to move down the screen. They stay in the same column, that's the x value, and then the y value increases by 40 with each iteration. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. And I'm going to go ahead and reload. So now you can see that we don't have anything. And then when we click the render button, it renders and we can see the different control points. Now let me scroll this down here a little so it doesn't quite fit on the screen now. And one thing that's nice, because it is random, we can expect that the colors will change, so we can actually get a little bit different value. And we're randomizing the color and the width of the lines that draw this. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool to add that in. It makes it easier, and we can pretty much boilerplate that to go through and use for the rest of the graphic elements. So let's go back into the code, and we'll just play a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and change the X values to move the control points a little closer to the edge. So we'll set the one on the left to 100 and the one on the right to 700, and I'll just go ahead and reload this. And again, I have to hit the render button now, and you can see that the curve has changed a little bit because of the control points being closer to the edge. Let's do that one more time, and this time we'll make it 50 and 750. So they're basically 50 pixels from either side of the screen now. Reload, render, there you go, render. Okay, now we can play a bit. Let's go back here into Dreamweaver. Let's reset these to be 100 and let's see, 100, 700, that's right, yeah, 700. And now I'm going to go ahead and invert these. So one will be at the top and one will be at the bottom, and they'll move together. So the first control point will remain the same. The second one will be at 780. Okay, let's come on down here, and instead of increasing, the one at 780 will decrease. So let's go ahead, again, reload, we'll render, and now you can see that. So I think we want to move the points out from the edges a little bit here to make this a little bit more interesting. But notice how the curve actually goes like so. So the two control points are kind of inverting it to make an S-shaped curve. Alright, so we want to change the, let's put this at the quarter point, that's 200 in. And again, this then would be 600. Render. Uh-oh. Looks like I have something wrong in the code there. Let's see. Kind of neat. It's always neat when you get a fortuitous error, so to speak. Okay, so let's see. Control 1Y is going up. Control 2Y is going down. Oh, I changed this. So again, the X's are supposed to, the Y's. Okay, I'm confused. I know, let's see. These are supposed to both be 400, that's right. So both my X's are the same. No, that's wrong. Damn it. Let me think about that a minute. Okay, 200 and 600 for the X's, and then 20 and 780 for the Y's. There we go. All right. I think that's good enough here for this. So again, real quickly, let's just look back over. To the interface, I added the button called Render Button. I wrapped the drawing code up in a function block called Draw. And then I assigned the draw button to the on click of the render button. And the nice thing about this is because we're using random values, things like the width and the color change each time. Alright. Can't seem to find the controls for the video here.